Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at game number 3 between MC and Bomber. This time we are on the map Daybreak, spawning in the upper right hand spawn position. Our blue Protoss player is MC, and over here in the lower left hand position, the red Terran player Bomber. Bomber not doing so well so far this series. He's lost the first 2 games to basically just strong early pressure from MC. Now again, in game number 1, we did see Bomber attempt some early aggression with his Marines. That got stopped by MC in the natural expansion. And then last game, Bomber again tried some early Marine pressure, same style build, 1 racks into expand, going Marine heavy. He tried the early pressure. He got chopped down in the center of the map. MC just wiped the floor with them with a few force fields plus Guardian Shield cutting back on the Marine damage, and then the force fields allowing the Zealots to get within range of the Marines. It was GG for Bomber at that point. Following it up, MC bringing a Warp Prism into Bomber's main. That was it. So very, very quick at game number 2, and even game number 1 was relatively short as well, and hopefully we will see a longer game this time around. MC places the gateway down, moves out with the scouting worker. Now on this map there are only 2 spawn locations, so MC knows exactly where Bomber is, and the fact that he's moving out this early means that he's looking to get that scouting information nice and early, maybe even try to do a little bit of probe harass, although by the time he gets there, that barracks should pretty much be finished. So is he going to be able to harass too much here? But we'll be checking for the gases. Wants to know if Bomber is trying to 1 racks expand again. And judging by the fact that there's still no refinery, the assumption is going to be yes, in fact he is. So we should be seeing another 1 racks into expand here from Bomber. Even though didn't go so well in the first 2 games, maybe this time it'll play out a little bit better for him. Barracks now finishes first Marine coming out, orbital command as well. So you guys know the story. Command center down over here at the natural will be the next step there for Mr. Bomber. All right, back over here for MC. Yet again, no second gas yet from him. We do have that Cybernetics core coming on through, so I am going to expect actually a 1 gateway into expand as well here from MC. So once more, both players going for that early expansion, nice strong economies early on in the game. And here's another pylon just to prevent that supply block, allowing him to continue to come out with those workers. And again, that expansion should be coming very, very shortly. Unless I'm just completely off base here. Marine says, I hate you, Supply Depot. Works to get that down. We do have a bunker coming through as well for Bomber. Very, very early bunker. He is really concerned about a little bit stalker pressure wreaking havoc here, so wants to make sure he's getting this up nice and early, even before he builds any additional barracks coming out with that bunker. We do have the first stalker coming on through. Still nothing doing with that expansion. Will be coming down in a moment, but he's wanting to get that stalker out first, and actually building a sentry as well. Stalker first checks for SCV, hidden scouts here behind the resource line, and not spotting it. Goes to place down the Nexus. We will have the Stalker also checking on over in this position. Again, he is looking for attempted secondary scouts there from Bomber. Zealot moving out across the map as well as that Stalker. Now this is actually going to be pretty interesting here. What I think is going to happen is we're going to see Bomber spot the Zealot, move to engage it, and then get duped by the Stalker from behind. Nobody likes the Stalker from behind. And not even going to fall for it, actually. Bomber just pulls all the way back the second that he sees the Zealot. And the Stalker moving in from the other angle. Yeah, and there you go. Bomber's all set. Bunker's up. He is sitting pretty. Alright, Tech Lab coming through. We do have 3 barracks again, so once more, the same style opening here from Bomber. Marine heavy. Expect to see that Stimpack research out of that Tech Lab as well. Nexus about 3/4 of the way finished here. Gateway. I thought I saw a forge there for a moment, but looks like he might have been a mistake in him clicking that. So 2 more gateways coming through. And if he sticks to the game plan that we saw last time as well, we'll be seeing a robotics sometime shortly too. Pretty passive early game, actually neither player moving out yet. There's that Stimpack research. So pretty much the exact same opening again as we saw last game. I wonder, is he going to try moving out with the Marines again? It hasn't worked for him so far. Or maybe he's got just a different scenario in mind. Proxy pylon getting placed down over here for MC. We do have the robotics coming on through. Looking pretty similar. Both players, they like their builds, man. Oh, I'm going to go with exactly this every single game is pretty much what we've been seeing here. All right, Engineering Bay is coming out here for a bomber. Again, concerned about the Dark Templar that he dealt with in the first game. A little bit of aggression. Now moving forward here is MC with the proxy pylon, able to warp in a few units. And where did that worker go? That's my question. Where's that probe? I don't know. Looks like he may have head back home. Here comes the pressure, though. 3 bunkers. Bomber's okay. Should be. Let's see how effective those force fields are, though. There's one force field. We're going to see mass SCVs for repairs coming on up. Going. Oh, loses the one bunker. Taking some damage. Is he going to get this up? Yeah, he is. There's force fields. Not enough zealots, though. And without those zealots, that force field walling in Marines isn't quite as effective. It's really having those zealots to chop down those Marines is really what makes that the most effective. So Bomber still okay. MC continuing to pound that front wall, though. He's coming out with 2 more zealots and another stalker. But with 2 bunkers and the fact that there's not a ton of energy left on the few sentries that are alive, I don't expect this to succeed. And yeah, MC is actually just heading back right now. Also coming out with a 3rd base. Observer coming on through. Is that going to be number 2? Yes, it will. That will be a 2nd observer. Twilight Council also building at the moment here for MC. Now, obviously, if MC gets this up and running, he's going to have a strong advantage. We do have a 3rd being built here for Bomber, so Bomber's trying to keep pace there with the expansions of his opponent, MC. Take a quick look at his vision. Yeah, he's seen nothing this game. Wow, he's blind. He is blind at this game, that is for sure. But there goes the factory scout, so we'll be getting some intel. Bomber is going to, I think he's going straight for the 3rd, actually, and then is probably just going to beeline it north to try to scout the natural in the main. Observer in the main of Bomber, getting some scouting information of his own. Also moving out in front of the natural expansion, wants to see when pushes do come. That pylon's probably going to be lost at some point in the future. 2 more barracks being built. We do have stim pack research finished. Combat shield is coming through. Level 1 weapons upgrade also being researched right now for Bomber. Back over here for MC. The 3rd is done, so he'll begin that saturated shortly. And now with some medevacs in play, MC has to worry about drops. In fact, he must have seen that. There's no way he did not see that force moving over there. Yeah, he is ready for the possibility of a drop. Bunch of stalkers over here. Not only are they stalkers, but they will be blink stalkers in just a moment, which makes him that much more effective at stopping drops. Probe scout checking out over here. He's going to spot the medevacs. They are not loaded up, though. He has to assume that they are, but going to realize that they're not in just a moment as he checks the forces. Doesn't matter if they're not right now, because they can be at any given time. Right now, it looks like Bomber's actually just fanning out, looking for those pylons, and he has found it. There it is.
Upgrade complete.
Takes out the pylon. Factory scout chilling out over here for the moment. He did spot this base, though, and then pulled on down to the lower right. So now he knows about that 3rd base. Let's see what he decides to do, though. We got forces moving across the map. He's moving up into his 3rd as well. A little bit of bio stimming forward. Takes out the zealot at the tower. Then here comes the drops. All 4 medevacs lifted up here. Now the concern for MC is that he doesn't know where this is coming. The bio could hit the 3rd, the bio could hit the natural, and that's the issue. Because now MC is having to deal with a drop in his main. So all of his forces are going to need to pull back, and there's going to be some significant damage. Goodbye, Nexus. It's taken out. MC, awful. Forced to cancel that. Bomber lifts off and pieces out. Very, very effective. Almost loses a medevac filled with Marines, but ends up saving that. That was an incredibly effective drop for Bomber. Hardly lost anything and did significant damage. Really, really, really good situation right now for Bomber. Let's take a look at the resources lost. Obviously, MC is behind, but the biggest thing is he lost the Nexus, so that cuts back drastically in the mining that he's got going on right now. As soon as Bomber gets that saturated, he's going to be pulling ahead pretty significantly here in terms of the income they just got. Still have the scouting observer over here, looking for any pushes from the front. Majority of Bomber's forces right now sitting in the center of the map. Let's take another look here. Look at that Bomber. Strong economic advantage right now. We do have the Sonic Storm research coming out here for MC. Let's see where that is. There we go. Templar Archives back here. Also upgrades. 1-1. coming through for MC. Bomber is sitting at 1-1 himself, coming out with the weapons level 2, and now just starting the armor level 2. Also, Moby's reactor coming out for his ghost, giving those extra energy once they are done building. That, of course, is good for him because it allows him to get those EMPs out quicker. And also snipes for the High Templar. Now, we aren't seeing Colossus here from MC. He is just going to be sticking with the Charge Zealot, Blink Stalker, Gateway Heavy Force, and then, of course, Archons and High Templar for Psionic Storm. Large force moving out right now for Bomber, and he is heading straight for that third. MC will be fully aware that this is coming with the Observer Scout right there. Now we got a few High Templar over there. They cannot storm yet, though. There he goes. Finally can storm. Storm Research just now finishing in the nick of time. Factory Scout chilling out over here. There's the there's the storm forcing him back for a bit. He's got enough for another storm there on that High Templar. This is a very threatening force. There's some EMPs. Manages to save. And there's the storm. We saw a couple snipes there as well. Doing a lot of damage. Zealots charging forward. We got a few of those Blink Stalkers. Guardian Shield is helping out quite a bit here, but I don't know that he's got enough. There's a lot of bio here. Also seeing Bomber split up the force. Another massive storm on the bulk of the army over there. Gonna need to see a few more warp-ins here. Bomber still got enough. He's holding on. We got a lot of medevacs here, which is really going to help prolong the life here of these forces. Whoa! Pulling back with the medevacs and just letting his army die. I think he was concerned about the Stalkers blanking under the medevacs and sniping them down, but ouch! Bomber failed attack. Man, oh man, let's take a look at the resources lost here. MC still behind, but that did not go well for Bomber at all because MC was much further behind prior to that engagement. And with this successful defense, MC still got his mining going on. We do have an expansion being built in the center of the map there by Mr. Obama. Regrouping his forces, still sitting with a ton of medevacs. And then, of course, we've got Marine, Marauder, and Ghost. Ghost with a lot of energy as well. Could be a little dangerous for the feedbacks, so he's going to want to make sure he gets those EMPs and snipes off quickly come the engagement. Of course, on the flip side of that, MC wants to try to get the feedbacks and the storms before they get within range. Oh, that constant struggle between High Templar and Ghosts. 3-3 upgrades coming out right now for Bomber. Let's take a look at MC, currently 2-2. Not researching the 3-3 upgrades yet. Bioforce actually trying to circumvent that choke point and come up here, give himself some high ground. Stalkers need to be careful here. Now, with all this going on, I'm really surprised that Bomber isn't also trying to drop in the main. I guess we've got adequate drop defense over there with a few Zealots and High Templar. Oop, snipe, take out that. Ghost getting taken out by some Stalkers. That is not a good trade-off. Gotta be careful when it comes to that. Bomber threatening again. Ghost lands a massive EMP, drains that High Templar completely. We had a few tucked away in the corner there. That's going to be a threat for Bomber. Charge Zealots moving forward. Second High Templar can't storm. No storms coming yet here from MC. Charge Zealots going to continue to try to do work over here, though. We also have a War Prison, and I apologize for missing that. Looks like we had a drop. Bio forces back MC's army, but MC with another warp in. He's all set. I wonder if that did much damage. I don't see any... no, I don't see any injured SCVs anywhere, so I'm not sure that this drop even did anything. Could be wrong, though. Doesn't look like it. Not a lot of workers have been killed, so looks like this drop hasn't done anything, but he's now moving in again. We got a little engagement going on over there with the Archons and Charged Zealots. Drop coming down over here. We've got some High Templar and some Zealots. More Zealots also getting warped in. Bomber forcing MC back. There's the storm doing a lot of damage. Holy heck. He did not move out of that like he needed to. Zealots force a lift off. Kill a few workers as well. We've got Vikings here, which are a response to Colossus, which we don't have in the game. Charged Zealots and High Templar are now moving into this position. EMP hits that High Templar. He can no longer storm. We still have that War Prism chilling out over there. Most of that drop has been taken care of, though. A few more worker kills may have taken place over here. We do have some injured SCVs in that position. But great counter aggression there by MC, and he was able to force the entire army of Bomber back, and again hold on to everything he's got. Since that first drop, MC really hasn't taken any significant loss to his base or expansions or anything like that. More Zealots! Lots more Zealots getting warped in, with the push also coming from this direction. Now this over here has been taken care of. The concern though is that we've got a major force moving to the center of the map, and that is going to go straight for the expansion. Ouch. Bomber's going to lose it. Forced to lift off, but we've got Archons and Stalkers, and the orbital is gone. Heavy, heavy Archon switch. Charge Zealots going forward for that bio. We saw a few EMPs in there. At least I think we did. Charge Zealots continue to force them back. Blink Stalker over here pulling back. And MC looks like he's going to head back home, try to regroup. Now, we do have this Warp Prism up here, so we can warp in a ton of units. He does have a lot of warp gates. 15 warp gates. So he gets just some hefty warp-ins at any time. And I don't know, is he going to keep up this aggression, or is he going to push for another expansion? We do have a fourth over here. Looks like those medevacs are heading back home right now.
Better be good.
Bomber's income is starting to suffer right now. Once MC gets that up and running, he's going to be okay. A few more warp-ins over here of some Zealots. More and more Zealots coming through. Lots of Ghost in production for Bomber, which obviously going to be good for him to try to weaken up these forces and get those snipes down. He's got to make sure he's got enough Marines and Marauders to also do damage. Because the Ghost, while they're utility-wise very effective, they're not the greatest damage dealers. Except for the snipe, really. Alright, Storms pushing forward. Also has a little bit of an engagement going on over there with some Stalkers. Charge Zealots continue to engage, swooping around the bio. And the Archons force the army to pull back very, very often because he's worried about that splash damage from the Archons. Look at this. More Zealots coming down over here as well. Now Bomber was able to take care of MC's forces in that position, but he is going to lose this. Mass repair. There we go. Zealots moving down to try to engage some of those SCVs trying to repair. That is going to force MC back. That repair cost resources. We got a Zealot still going to town here too. 3 kills. Not able to get a 4th though. Bomber will be trying to take the center expansion again. There's that orbital command that will be dropped in just a moment. MC probably going to try to delay it. And there it goes. So with the Stalkers, we'll be attempting to delay this expansion from coming down. Now, obviously Bomber needs to try to push out to make sure he can take this expansion, but I don't think he's confident to move out against this army right now as MC's knocking at the front door. Feedback on one of the few ghosts that Bomber has right now, and here comes a big push. It's a good EMP. It's a bit of shield damage over there. Also took out the energy, and Bomber, realizing that that is it, calls the GG, and MC takes the series 3-0. Alright, my friends, that does it here in this series between Bomber and MC. As you saw, MC sweeping here, 3 wins to 0 against Bomber. Great series for MC. Unfortunately, Bomber just unable to eke out a victory. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And once more, if you like the content, please subscribe and check out the website. And as always, keep watching and keep owning.